Welcome to Win with lifestyle entrepreneurs Josh Williams and Justin Knoll. Each week, we will be bringing you inspiring people or messages to help you win in every aspect of life.
What's up? What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today?
We're back, baby.
We are back. You know, we're back with a little bit of a different look because I'm somehow wearing this dress shirt and you're rocking the notorious B.I.G. right there, which is like, first of all, hands down to me, one of the, if not the best rapper of all times. We won't make this show on that, but that is one of my favorites. So good job representing.
We should make this a debate right now. It can end in about 12 seconds.
Well, come
Big
with
is
it.
the best rapper in the history of the world. Nobody could transform a story so universally in a time that it wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
And he really set the stage for what was to come. It was all truth. It was all genuine. There was no sellout like some other suckers out there. Don't even get me started.
Don't even get
So
started with the new rap.
You know
Oh,
me,
man.
you know what I'm talking
That's
about.
right.
Yeah, Biggie.
I love it, man. Yeah, that's way to end that quickly. I'm just gonna agree with you. Everybody knows that. And like at my funeral, I told them, I said, just play some B.I.G. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Well, all right, man. How you been?
Man, good. A lot going on. A lot of things happening. A lot of just new life, man. It's like it's a new galaxy out there, and it's fun to be a part of. It's fun to see. So yeah, we had a couple of weeks off. I've been traveling for some stuff. We've had other commitments with family. Josh coached some softball, high competitive softball out in Oklahoma City during the Women's College World Series.
Here's the deal. If anybody has not been to Oklahoma, and for those of you from Oklahoma, I realize why you're from Oklahoma. For those that are wanting to go to Oklahoma, go ahead and visit and then come right back. Because that is, I will be down there maybe for those future World Series softball games, but otherwise you'll never catch me there. There's no reason to go somewhere that's 90 degrees, 99% humidity, and does not have an ocean. Right? Landlocked places should not have that going on. So yes, you will not see me back in Oklahoma anytime soon. Oh, by the way, their skyline is not even as big as DTC. So not happening.
Not your place.
Not my place, man.
All right. You're glad to be home.
Glad to be home. Glad those Oklahoma people are moving here. Hit me up. I'll get you your mortgage, Justin, to help you find a house.
There you go. We're your team right
That's
there.
right.
So yeah, life's been amazing, friend. It's been you've been a big help, and just some new things going on that I'm really excited about. And so for me, I've had a chance to reflect quite a bit over the last few weeks here and see things from an outside perspective. Part of where I was in Toronto for their Canadian National Association, their Realtor Association convention in Toronto. It was amazing. I flew home the first night of the NBA Finals. I was like, I should have stayed another night, and hung out. But the place was just on fire. It's a huge city. It's a beautiful city. But one of the things that the industry talked about a lot about at this conference was our ability or inability to change and to transform. And I think what you see so much right now is, especially in our industry, is we've got this kind of word going on. We'll just talk about it. This disruption thing, right? We've got all kinds of different models coming in. They're doing things differently than they've ever been done and trying new things. And for some, it's very frustrating, and we're pushing back on it. For others, it's very exciting, and there's new opportunities, and it's just this weird, fascinating, interesting time in real estate like we've never seen before. But it's so simple to see why this is all happening, and I think we get too cute with our thinking sometimes, right? We try and outthink everything. What we have to understand is this disruption, and it's not just in real estate, it's in the transportation industry, it's in airlines, it's in travel, it's everywhere right now. Is consumers have a voice like never before. They actually are being heard. No longer is it okay for the person selling something to just deliver the message like, this is what we're going to sell you, and this is how you're going to get it, and this is why you're going to like it. The consumer today is pushing back with a strong voice.
And there's no way to hide it like they could in the past, right? In the past, you could just hide it because it wasn't, you didn't have the social media, you didn't have that stuff, you had letters,
Yep.
you had phone calls,
Yep.
you had those things, but you can't hide the consumer's voice today. It's there, it's right in your face, they can post it anywhere they want to, and those posts get exposure.
Absolutely.
So you can't avoid it.
It's full front and center, right?
Yeah.
And it's driving change like never before. And so in the real estate industry and the mortgage industry, what we're seeing is all this disruption. I just like to call it distraction because I think it's not as big as we think it might be. The
Right.
same principles apply, and that is the consumers have yelled at us so long, and now it's even more loud of just make this about my experience, make this about me.
Yeah.
Right? And for so long, the brokerage level was just about how we were serving our realtors, how we were serving a mortgage, a loan officer, an originator. It was just about how we're providing service. And I think what the pushback is that's fine, but this better be about us first. So this new generation, this new revolution, if you will, it's like the fourth industrial revolution is so 100% driven by the consumer that we have to listen. And you have to make changes within. So for me, I see the opportunity for service. I'm doubling down with our team on everything service driven, more Nordstrom than you've ever been Nordstrom, right? And so I think that's been eye-opening for me, is just that reminder of all this is great, but it really is so simple why we got here.
Here's what I want to really focus on for the next 3 to 4 minutes, Justin, is you talked about, you identified this service, you identified these things. It is official. All of my real estate agents, all my mortgage officers, my insurance people, my sales people, Justin is now a business / life coach, whatever you want him to be. And you need to share that a little bit. That is one of the most exciting things that has happened for me since I've been, got to know you and become great friends with you, is I am so excited for your venture right now. The consumers, all those guys cannot be great without great people servicing them and giving them the greatest, possible experience in everything they do. And now you're out there coaching the people that are going to be giving that consumer, their experience. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Big J, Noel, coaching, whatever the hell the name is. Let's give us a little something.
So it's funny. So I've been meeting with my coach for months and months and months, and you find places that you're super excited and passionate about. And this has been an area I've been just in love with for years.
Yeah.
Right? I've been coaching for a long time. And I love my job where I was in the brokerage world. But everything has a season, right? And there was things I had responsibilities for that didn't allow me to do it the way I wanted to do it. And finally it was, man, you're at a crossroads. You got a chance here to build something you want. And there's a much bigger need than there's ever been. And I want to help fill that need here locally. And I want to collaborate with the people that I'm coaching. And so, twice a month, I think, is a very realistic approach to coaching, once to twice a month with some accountability, some motivation. Within that, I'm getting together people I'm coaching on calls and finding one area a month that everybody's struggling with, because there is crossover everywhere.
100%. Yeah.
And so we're going to crack that discussion open and just let it fly with each other and have real open, candid conversations about what's really going on and how really we can get through this and create some alliances together within this community. I think there's such opportunity for that. Being a consumer-centric driven revolution, we don't always know how to react to a revolution, right? We need help. We need some direction, and that's what I feel like I'm here to do. Because I've been focused on this for quite some time. My team took this plunge into the higher level service quite some time ago, several years ago, and it's paid off for us in many ways. Not just we're not necessarily any more rich or wealthy or anything, any of that, but but it's we do okay, but it's what we found is a deeper connection to the client.
Absolutely.
And we're working with people we actually want to work with, and they respect our boundaries and our process, and it becomes much more value. We talk about, I need to show more value. You don't show more value by telling people your value.
Right.
If you have to tell somebody you're good, you're not good.
Right.
Your actions better speak for you daily. And so these are some of the things I want to bring to the table, is how do you take this conversation from the paper and all these ideas to now saying it, to now really delivering a customer-centric experience, and that is showing it. living it and breathing it on a consistent basis all the time, and most importantly, is creating a different life for yourself, like one with balance and structure, but flexibility, and your priorities are in place. And so that's really what I'm excited about. Sorry to ramble.
No, I mean, that goes right along with everything that you were just talking about to begin with anyway. So when you talk about the disruption and certain people are going to get on board, some people make much more noise to them. Here's the deal. If you are being stagnant in today's world, you're not going anywhere, right? If you're with a stagnant company, you are not going anywhere. You need to surround yourself around people that want to do bigger and better things in life. You are now bringing your expertise, your talents, and you're giving that to everybody that wants to do that. Right. That is exactly what is happening in this industry. You're starting to see a little change in this industry. You're starting to see some of the older people like, okay, I'm done. Hey, I'm ready to retire. It's been a good run. Right. And then you're seeing some of the younger people come in. And to me, that's where a lot of the disruption is coming from, is because they're bringing new ways to do business. And a lot of people that are coming in that middle area don't know how to deal with that disruption, or, wow, do I jump on board? Do I not? Where are we at? People like you, Eric Thompson, great coaches. These are the people we need in place to help these people navigate and get their businesses in the right place, because we don't want to lose them, right? But we need them to not be stagnant. We need them to have that drive, that desire to be better at what they're doing. Right. So that's where you guys come in to help these people realize that they have a value, right? They need to, a lot of people don't know their value. They don't, and so what they do is they talk it, because they don't really know it. They don't know how to show it. If you don't know how to show your value and all you do is talk, then it's just lip service.
Just jibber jabber.
That's it.
And consumers are clearly telling us they don't have time, want, need, or desire for any of that right now.
Right.
They don't. Their time is way more valuable to them than to have you tell them you're good.
Yes.
It's just not what it is. So it's interesting you say that, because there's this moment in history right now that we're living as a nation, as a world, and that's, you've got these two generations of people with one sandwiched in between. So you've got these baby boomers who are heading into retirement, gathering more wealth than they've ever had, enjoying the fruits of all their labor after all these years, and they're now grandparents and they're traveling, and this is when you're at your kind of wealthiest and most flexible in life, is these baby boomers, and they're starting to transition into, kind of down the road, and past retirement, and now, end of life in some, in a lot of cases, right? So you've got this generation that's feeling this. Then you've got the millennials, and it's an overused word, but the millennial generation, who is digital natives, right? They grew up with a cell phone in hand. They grew up with technology at their fingertips. So they're bringing new business ideas. The baby boomers are writing out a strong business of relationships and doing it one way, and their consumers are so bought into it, they have been for years, right? So they've got these opportunities that they're working on. Then you've got millennials that are coming in with all this tech stuff and all this new messaging and speaking in different terms than ever. And then you got us, right? You and I, we've been in the business, I've been 19 years, you're
19,
up there.
20 years,
And so we've been in it long enough. We're not digital natives. We don't necessarily have this huge following, a client base. We have a strong base, but not as strong as, being in it 40 years.
Right,
and then we've got these people coming behind us that are competing on a new level that we're not really familiar with. And that's where I see the most pain. It's where I see the most need, is in the professional in the middle, who's clearly demonstrated an ability to get the job done, to do it the right way, to deliver the service all the time, deliver the goods when it needs to be delivered, but then they're not able to do it with all the stuff that a consumer now wants and needs and expects. And so there's this gap, right? And it's happening outside of real estate too. It's pretty interesting. So
you get those reviews and stuff, right? I mean, I will tell you, the majority of the people that come to me are referral based, but they still have researched me.
Yes.
Right? They come to me and say, hey, I saw your reviews on this. I think that you're somebody I want to work with. Saw your reviews over here. You're somebody I want to work with. So they're still getting the referrals, what we're used to, which used to be everything, right? It didn't matter if they got anything else. They got the handoff. And now it's not good enough.
Right.
They're dipping into that tech piece.
Yep.
So if we got people like you and I in where we've been in the business, and we don't make the adjustments to bring in the new way, and however that works within our business, we are going to be forced into a new business or retirement or, I mean, I might be sleeping on the street. I don't know, man. Right?
You might have sack groceries at Walmart.
I was hoping King Supers, but I'll take wherever I get the job, man. Yeah.
You're 100% right. Is we now run the risk of being obsolete.
Yeah.
And I don't mean as an industry. I mean as a segment of professionals in the middle.
Right.
If you don't step up and adjust, you will get run over. If you don't have the ability to have flexibility in your business and life, you're gonna get done.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a tough go for you. And so that's what I hope everybody out there is doing, is finding ways to be more flexible in what you do, finding ways to think differently. It doesn't mean you execute it right away, but I think we got to get the mindset thinking a little bit differently than ever. And that's it's strange for a lot of people. It's tough. It's definitely not an easy thing. So people need help through that. They need accountability and direction. That's hopefully what we can bring here.
I love that flexibility in business, man. If you don't have that, and how many times do you look at your parents, right, growing up, and you're like, well, I can't talk to you like that. Why are you talking to me like that, right? There's that leadership piece of it where that's how it used to be. We've got to now lead our kids differently because they feel so entitled. We got to do those things, and it's a balance. This is not just business.
Correct.
This is life. You have to have flexibility in the way that you lead people. When I say a leader, I'm not talking about somebody that leads a Fortune 500 company. A leader is a father. A leader is a husband, is a wife, whatever it might be. Those are leaders within the community, a coach. And if you can't find different ways to adjust within being a leader in whatever role that is, it's going to be a rough go, man. You may not go obsolete of being a dad, because I'm not going away.
You're right.
But here's the deal. It's going to be a miserable upbringing of those kids, of total rebellion, fighting those things, if you don't find a way to get on everybody's level.
Yep.
And we don't have the luxury of being like, oh, I don't have to do that because this is the way it is. No, you do have to do that. If you want to be truly effective and great at what you do, you have to be willing to make changes. You cannot be so set in your ways. That's the whole stagnant thing that I was talking about.
Yeah.
You can be stagnant as a parent. Yeah. You can be stagnant as a leader. You can be stagnant as a company. Are you willing to make the adjustments to be dynamic and phenomenal and just an incredible human being, leader in what you do? Are you willing to do that?
It's the one question I ask everybody every day that I talk to is, what are you willing to do?
Right.
What are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go for this? If it's something you want,
awesome.
You nailed
I love
it.
that.
You absolutely nailed it. So you're creating more structure in your day, right?
Yes.
So you've talked about this. So clue us in as to what spurred this on. So your morning time is something you want to control more.
Yep.
Tell us what spurred this, how you got here, because this is 100% in the discussion of flexibility in life. This is you being, all right, I'm gonna adjust some things.
Yes.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna try some things.
Right.
And it's not easy, but what's up, man?
I'm a little chunky. We talk about that a little. I'm skinny thick. I'm skinny thick. Yes. So that's funny. I heard my wife use that term the other day, and I was like, damn, I like that. Instead of being fat or thick, I'm skinny thick. I'm not quite in between either one. So I'm now skinny thick. That's gonna be a new thing. We're launching right now. So I knew I needed to make some adjustments in what I do, just in business, in life, and all that stuff. But it all runs together, right? So if I make the adjustments in my life, it's going to overflow into my business. Right. And so my brother Chad just finished his first half Ironman, and I'm competitive. That's some bullshit. I'm not even remotely close. I can't swim with my head in the water, right? I'm like this. Right, dog paddling, I'll make it, right? Well, I can't do that for a mile and a half, right? And so Chad finished that. I'm super proud of him. I love my brother. Man, I'm just so proud of him that he did that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, I need to step up. I need to start with a sprint triathlon. I need to get these things going. And Chad said, well, one of the things I'm doing is a Miracle Morning, he was introduced from his son which is because that family is just so dynamic and just great.
They're amazing.
But the Miracle Morning, I think it's by Hal Elrod, which is Elrod, I believe who that's by. And so I started doing this about a week ago. And it's one of those things where, how do you know you love somebody when you just saw them? You know, I can't do that. Yes, you can, right? I will tell you, I was in love with my wife since like freshman year.
Yes.
I knew she was going to be mine at some point. Now it took a while, but I got there, right? So I knew 4 days into this Miracle Morning, it's amazing how much different my day is. Now, it starts with how much different my personal life is by doing it, but then it carries over into my business just because of my awareness of where I'm starting my day and the things that I'm doing. So if you don't have a morning routine, if you don't have something you are doing to kickstart your day, and if you are not getting yourself prepared the night before, you have to go get this book. Download it, get it, whatever it is. It's called The Miracle Morning, like I said, by Hal Elrod. It's ridiculous. I can't even tell you how good this has been. There is this acronym within this that is called SAVERS, and it's silence, affirmations, the V stands for visualization, the E is for exercise, the R is for reading, and then the S at the end is for scripting. I'm sitting there going, man, my head goes 100 miles an hour all the time, right? I mean, I've always had anxiety disorder. Part of anxiety disorder is the inability to control your thoughts, right? And so they just kind of, your head just goes all the time, just thoughts going like crazy. I'm like, I can't sit in silence. I will tell you that 3 out of the 4 mornings I've done this, it says, you know, Chad was telling me sit in 5 minutes of silence. 3 out of the 4 mornings I've been like 13, 14 minutes in silence, right? Just sitting there. Now, let's not get it twisted. I'm not sitting there just sitting in my basement like, okay, this is wonderful. I've downloaded an app that plays like, I love the ocean. The ocean is that's my place, man. I love it. So I got this ocean sounds coming in, and I just sit there and I just listen to that. And as the thoughts come in, I chase them out, right? I acknowledge them, and then I get rid of them. Thoughts come in, I acknowledge it, I get rid of it, and really what I'm focusing on is just me, my body, healing, whatever it might be, right? And so I'll go in silence for like 7-8 minutes, and then I'll stretch for the last like 7-8 minutes, right? And just get my body limber. That has been great. Then I go into affirmations. You guys, I have always been like, hell no, I am not doing affirmations.
Right.
I feel like an idiot. Josh, you're great. Josh, you're a leader. I am phenomenal. You have to do affirmations every single day. It is amazing how well that has gone for me. My biggest issue is discipline or being consistent with my discipline. One of my affirmations every day is I am disciplined. I am disciplined. And I am literally speaking that to myself. And it is amazing how much my discipline is getting better just in 4 days. In 4 days, watching how more, I guess, in tune with my schedule I am. How much more I'm committed to what I'm doing, right? So do the silence, do the affirmations. As I'm doing my affirmations, I'm visualizing, you know, I'm a great leader. I'm visualizing myself as a great leader, as sitting with people and guiding them and coaching them and taking them to different places in their life. To me, that's what I want to do as a coach. And that's what I'm sitting there visualizing on those things. And then I don't go into exercise right away. I go into scripting. So I write down my affirmations. I'm visualizing that. And then I go into scripting. Scripting is kind of, I guess, looking in what happened the day before. How did it go? What are some of the things? And then I'm teaching myself or writing down some of the things that I want to be better at. Leadership is one of those big things right now. My last manager was a manager who led by fear. I realized I don't want to be that person. I don't want to lead by fear. That is not just in the work world. I don't want to lead by fear as a coach. I don't want to lead by fear in my house. I don't want to lead by fear anywhere. I want people to respect me, not fear me, right? And so how can I be a very well-respected leader? And that's kind of the things that I wrote on my scripting pieces, how I can do that. And then I visualize that through the day, and I go back and I revisit that the next day, and I think about those things. Then I go get my exercise on, whether I'm doing my Peloton or I'm going outside for a 3-mile run, whatever it is, I get the exercise on. During my exercise, I'm reading because I've got books on tape, or and I'm listening to those things. I know it's not tape. We know what it is. Damn podcast, whatever it is, right? 8-track, but we know what it is. So I'm listening, I'm getting educated during that time. And so that's my day, and it's been phenomenal. And that is helping me get better at what I do throughout the day, every single day. And I'm just in the beginning. Like, I cannot wait to have this same conversation a month and a half to 2 months from now and still be doing this thing. And here's the biggest key. You have to have an accountability partner.
Yeah.
You cannot do this on your own. You gotta have somebody that is going to hold you accountable. I send my brother a check mark every morning, letting him know I've completed my savers.
That's awesome.
Every morning I send that to him. And so he knows, good job, it's done. If I don't send it to him, he's calling me out. Anybody that's listening to this, anybody that is watching this, if you want to do that, your accountability group does not need to be one person. It could be a group. It could be whatever. I mean, I'm inviting anybody that wants to do that into that accountability piece where we can sit there and hold each other accountable to being a miracle morning and turning our lives into miracle lives. Like, let's do that. Let's get after it. Let's be effective, and let's help other people get there. That is my focus right now. I'm a little passionate about it.
I'm so excited for you.
I'm a little passionate about it. Woo! Here we go.
Awesome.
I need a drink.
21 days to create habit.
That's right.
Is the human brain.
Yeah.
21 days to create habit.
Yeah.
You got what? 17 more.
Right.
17 more.
I'm all over it.
You got this, dude. It's awesome. I think your energy in the morning is boundless. It always has been since I've known you. And so I think capitalizing on this and using your energy, harnessing it,
right,
and doing what you're doing is gonna be awesome. I'm so excited for you.
Well, appreciate it.
This
It's
is
fun.
fantastic.
It's fun.
So maybe we should start. Let's keep this going.
Yep.
On the Miracle Morning stuff, let's maybe get some people that are listening or hit you up, on the DMs. Is that what the kids call it?
That's right. Hit me up on my DM.
I don't even know what this means.
That would be direct messaging.
Direct messaging.
Hit me up on the direct
Just call-
message through Facebook
Just call
or
me.
just call me, Dan. Right.
Yeah, but let's get some accountability on this because I want to participate as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
As many people as we can. Let's get them involved, man. Here's the deal. If we all focus on making other people better, we're going to be better.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to be out of that accountability piece.
Right.
Oh, I made you great. Damn, I didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
Right. I guided you to that. I didn't do any of that.
Right.
You have to lead by example. Right? There's too many people. Justin, you were a good realtor. That is why you are able to go lead other real estate agents to do great things. Right? You grew up in that business.
Right.
You know the business. Now try being an operations guy coming in and saying, this is what you need to do to grow your real estate business. That shit doesn't work, man.
Correct.
There's no accountability. There's nobody wants to follow someone that hasn't been to where you want to go.
Right. It's why most coaches in professional sports play the game.
100%. Yes.
That's what it is. There's
And if they didn't, I guarantee they coached for years and years and years before they had the opportunity to be at that pro level.
You're absolutely right. One thing I would say on your affirmations, when you say holding the accountability piece, one thing that you can do, and we do in our house, is we use markers and mirrors. And have markers all over your house.
Yeah.
And the mirror, when you write on the mirror, you can wipe it right off.
Right.
So share your affirmations with your family. Write on your spouse's mirror, I love you, have a good day, here's what I'm working on. Or just your affirmation, or just something to them that inspires them. Because they can reflect on that, literally reflect on that, as long as they want. And what you'll see is the reciprocation, right? They'll start writing on yours, and then the kids see it, and they start writing on each other's. And it's so important because you're looking directly. When you look at a mirror, there's a purpose. It's to look at yourself.
Yeah.
And I think writing on that mirror is a reminder that there is something in between yourself and that mirror, and that's the words that somebody else wants to give to you that you need to ingest and digest as well as anything, not just stare at yourself, but put that message in front. So
I'm not trying to stare at myself very long, so
right.
it's like,
you
get
in, quick in and out,
get up.
Right.
Hold on, I gotta put a shirt on before I do this thing. I don't want to see that. But here's what I love that you just said, man, and this is somebody who really is a new dad, right? For all intents and purposes, right? And you are getting the family involved. Just because you're a leader at work doesn't mean you cannot be a leader at home. Like, I'll be honest with you, I am really bad at getting my wife and kids involved in even my personal growth. Like, why?
Right.
Like, if I want to be a leader at work and I want these other people to do it, why would I not want that in my home?
Right.
I love that you were getting everybody involved at home. Because if you can go home and make that a place of just, I don't know, just heaven, man, it's just awesome. That is going to carry over into work. I love that you guys are doing that. That is so big to me.
Yeah. And it's cool. The girls actually ask more about my new venture than anybody.
Yeah.
They are more interested than anybody. It
What do you
is
charge
so
them?
Cool. I mean, whatever they want. I'll give them.
Your girls, it's going to cost you $400 a month. I love it.
So yeah, get the greater amount of people around you, your tribe, right? Your trusted few, your group that you go to most, get them involved. It doesn't have to be business. It's just get other people involved because they'll want to get involved too. They want to do their own. So like you're doing, lead by example.
I love it, man.
So,
Good.
So
Well, good.
this was fun.
That was fun.
I missed you, man.
I know. This is,
Oh.
being on this and just having these conversations, hanging out with you, learning from you, and then just being able to share that with people. To me, that is one of the best, most enjoyable things I do.
Yeah.
Every single week. So
it is the best thing you do.
we will make sure that we are trying. I just walked right past that. We will try to make sure that we are not going to miss any weeks. I mean, we travel, we have life. It is going to happen, but we are going to be as consistent as possible, and we're just going to keep bringing it to you guys, whether you can watch it or not. We don't care.
Share.
We love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, go share it.
Share it, friends. Share it. So, all right. Thank you so much, brother. Good to see you.
You as well.
Keep it going, you guys. So, a couple things. Remember, this new revolution is about the consumer.
Yep.
Make it about them, not about you. Share your wins, your accountability, your goals with others. Write on each other's mirrors and start a movement within your own little area. And man, let's track your Miracle Morning stuff. I'm so damn excited for you.
All right, brother. You too.
All right.
Hey, if you need coaching, I'll let my boy Justin. He will hook it up. You guys, I will tell you, 3 months ago was my worst month, which is shocking because I'm so tenured in the business. Worst month I had in the business. Last month I tripled that, and then going into July, I'm going to hit a little bit above what I did this particular month. I completely tie that back to my coaching that I have with the guy I'm sitting next to, right? I don't just come in here and sit with Justin and talk with him on this podcast. I literally get coached from him. It was phenomenal. My business went way up because he held me accountable. So if you need to do that in your business, holler at Justin. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks, friend.
All right.
You're amazing.
Have a great day.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Peace.